What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 557 Civs World Battle. We are now down to the final 43, I believe. 42. Oh no, wait, what? How can you have negative income? That makes no sense, but Siam has apparently managed to achieve that. Yeah, that makes no sense, so they are below us on that category. But I think, 43 competing civs. They have less soldiers than we have in our submarine. They're still 43. For now, of course, that might change. But yeah, I don't think anyone else has been eliminated. Still 43. We're last in the other categories, so that would make sense. I don't know how you get negative gold income. Like, that makes literally no sense at all. I know it wasn't like a massive amount. It was only -4. Although it is in millions, so that is quite a bit. But obviously not a lot in civ terms. I think, million gold. -4 million gold. Yeah, I don't know, because that is income. It's not like gold per turn. It's just how much you make before you spend any gold. So the fact they're not even making anything, like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know how that could be negative, but never mind. Probably some weird stuff going on there. Whatever. We'll see if they survive. They don't have too much here. Maybe being occupied isn't helping. I don't know. Maybe they just don't get the gold. We will see. But there's plenty going on. There's some continents that are much quieter than others. Europe, very quiet at the moment. Not much going on. Although Austria is trying to regain this city, actually. So maybe there's some hope for them there. But that is about it. The Huns now have planes. So the next civ to join the party in the skies. Spain. I thought it would be Belgium. No, it's versus the Goths. That does not matter at all. Africa also pretty quiet. Mali could be in trouble. It's hard to tell. It's not that they should lose here. They should be eliminated, but I don't trust that the AI will get it done. For South Africa, the Songhai, whoever it is, they might mess it up still. We will see. South America, quiet as ever. I know Brazil is... Oh, Brazil has planes, and they are fighting the Mayans, but nothing, super big going their way. North America, fairly quiet at the moment. The Shoshone still holding on. The Iroquois now with some planes, starting to make it even harder for the Shoshone. Lots of civs all of a sudden with planes all arriving at the same time. Oceania, pretty quiet. Samoa obviously did some stuff over in Africa, but yeah, they're not fighting anyone at the moment. Their cities, I feel like they're going to overtake Brazil soon. Like, at some point they will probably get past Brazil for population. I don't know, but maybe. Actually, they already have. There you go. Because Brazil is obviously starving one of their bigger cities to feed the smaller ones. So there you go, Samoa takes the lead. The Iroquois still dominating the next 4 categories. And then soldiers and science still very much in Korea's favour. Texas declaring that all-important war we were waiting for against India. Asia's pretty quiet now. Obviously Japan is probably not going to get to completely eliminate Siam. So that is the end of that, essentially. Wait, these Yamatos... Oh, are they aircraft carrier replacements? I have no idea. They have planes on them. They don't look like they can... They should be able to. I don't see a runway, but they do have planes on them. So maybe they're aircraft carrier replacement. No, they have carriers. They must just be battleships that can hold planes, which is pretty cool. Samoa v the Goths, not too important. California v the Shoshone. Again, nothing special there. If someone captured Sacramento, that would be quite good, because it does come with the pyramids, as well as the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or the Mabodi Temple, I think. One of those. I can't remember exactly which one it is. Or maybe the Porcelain Tower. I don't even know. One of the wonders there would be nice, The obviously workers certainly helps. No, actually, I don't know. Does the pyramids just give you a free worker? Because that's not that useful, obviously, after it's been built. I don't know. In Civ 6, obviously, it gives you extra builds, which is really useful. I don't know if it's as useful in Civ 5 if you haven't built it yourself. The Iroquois v Mongolia, that does not matter. Germany piecing out with Persia, doesn't really matter. Russia v the Goths, no. I completely forget Russia are even still in this game. They're not like completely terrible, but they're not great. I mean, Novgorod's getting pretty big. But yeah, obviously compared to the Huns, they're sort of stuck. They're not going to do anything. There we go. We were waiting for a long, long time. Korea versus India. I don't know why that happened. And Korea versus Mongolia. Well, this is the clash of the Titans. I'm going to guess probably the 2 biggest militaries. I don't know where Mongolia is. At one point they were ahead of Korea, so that's sort of what I'm basing my guess on. But yeah, this is going to be big. It's going to be tough for both sides, but Korea, obviously Korea's boats basically will play no help in this. They might come over and attack India, I guess, but Japan's borders make that pretty awkward. But yeah, it's certainly not like a guaranteed walk in the park for Korea. They are, probably outnumbered on land, so this is going to be quite interesting. But they do have planes, which is a bit of an advantage. These cities very exposed, though, so we will see. This is going to be pretty huge. The two of the big boys going after each other, or big Civs. And Byzantium piecing out with Ethiopia, nothing changing hands there. And Brazil, nice bit of accuracy, completes the Cristo Redentor wonder, hopefully in Rio. I think it is in Rio, isn't it? I assume so. The Sioux versus the... Oh no. This could be it. Sioux, you've done so well. You've stopped the Iroquois by being friends with Texas and the Shoshone, and just not attacking each other. But here we go. The Sioux finally feel they are strong enough to go after them. This could weaken the Shoshone and let the Iroquois in. Very nervy times. Hopefully the Sioux, at least, if they're going to do it, hopefully they're successful. And don't make the borders too exposing for the future, or it could be scary for them. See how this goes. Two big wars breaking out. That's good. That's something. It was beginning just to burn out, with Japan being finished. That was sort of it. We were sort of hoping that one of these would speed up a little bit. But yeah, that brings us back. We've got some action now. That's good. Turn 165. Not too far to go. I think we're getting through, last episode was a bit slower because I spent a lot of time reading through the diplomacy menu. But yeah, we're getting about 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 maybe turns an episode. So we're not too far away from the end, to be honest. Turn 200. So let's appreciate what we've got. We've got a new ideology. Who's that? Chinook going another one for autocracy. I don't know which one's sort of doing the best at the moment. Here we go. Order. Brazil again must be in another golden age. That's a massive amount of tourism. But revolutionary waves and resistance. There's still civil resistance and dissidence amongst the autocracy nations. Where's the freedom guys? Oh, the freedom ones are the only ones that are content and fine. Belgium and South Africa. Yeah, quite a messy ideological game so far. But no one's had to flip or bit in a revolution just yet. Well, we'll see. Maybe in the future it could happen. Could be the case. Oh. Well, Sue, you may have just pulled off a stroke of genius, because the Shoshone finally gets a peace deal from the Iroquois. Now, I don't know what the Iroquois do next. If they went after the Sioux and used the Shoshone as a teammate, that could be pretty smart. But to be honest, these lakes, they're not the best defense anymore. Now the Iroquois have planes, they can sort of fly over them. We'll see. India and Mongolia piecing out to deal with their common enemy. Probably a good move. Both now at war with Korea. I mean, if Japan got involved, that would really get a bit scary for Korea. I don't know. Maybe they'd be okay, but yeah, Japan would start to really tip the balance. We'll see. It's Korea's turn now. I can't imagine Mongolia have been. I'm not sure. Yeah, Mongolia must have been, I think. They go at the start. Or fairly near the start. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they go near the start. Because it goes in order of the DLCs. I think Mongolia was before Gods and Kings. Yeah, we're on to the Brave New World Civs now, so I don't know, but there you go. Either way, we'll see. Good start here from Mongolia, nothing crazy. Korea just putting 7 fighters though. They're great at defending against other planes. They're not the ideal unit when all these artilleries are going to be shooting the city. Luckily the city defense is very high, but that applies to pretty much every city, so it's not a massive advantage. The Sioux making their already. It seems like they're doing more damage to the Shoshone than the Iroquois could do in that whole time. It's really sad. Now I don't know what the Iroquois would do next. The obvious choice, well, there isn't really an obvious choice. The Sioux is obviously an awkward one. Pretty similar to how awkward it was with the Shoshone. Texas has had... There was a time when Texas looked vulnerable along this big border, but now they've got plenty of units here. It certainly won't be easy. I I think the Iroquois may have messed this up. I mean, Spain might actually be the best option, but at the moment they don't really have enough boats for that. So yeah, I don't really know where they go from here. They could come through here and like go after the Mayans with the help of Brazil, I guess. Okay, finally, we're getting some more wars. Hopefully it just keeps spicing up. Everyone's stacked up a lot of units. Hopefully we're just going to get a lot of big wars now to really bring home the end of this game. Britain versus France again. Hopefully we'll see some other Europeans getting involved, whichever side. I'm not biased, but it'd be interesting to see. But yeah, Britain going after Iceland, which is probably a good move. Quickly grab that, 12 population. Trap the Celts in the north of the map as well. It's an okay start. No arguments there. Right, let's see quickly. Bigger cities, where are they at the moment? Is it still changing a lot? It seems like Samoa's catching. Samoa now has 2 of the top 5. Mongolia has kept themselves in there, and so has Benin for now. And Rio is still the biggest, but it is no longer growing. It sort of stopped at 34. Plenty of others. In terms of the top 10 cities, Egypt also have one. Indonesia, Brazil, Salvador is actually climbing up. No, sorry, Salvador. It's not the other. It's the other one. It's Sao Paulo. I don't know, the other Brazilian one that's starving. But Egypt, Indonesia, Brazil, Corral, and the Songhai also up there. So quite a mix now. Before it was mainly just Brazil and Samoa on their own, in a league of their own. I think 3 and 2 between them. But yeah, Sao Paulo has starved sort of down to 19. But that has come in return, and the stopping of the growing in Salvador and Rio. But now they've got Brasilia at 10 as a coastal city, Fortaleza 13, Curitiba 5, Manaus 9, Belo Horizonte at 8. So all pretty medium sized. This one's obviously got a while to go, but that's probably much more, sacrificing 5-6 population here for all of this. 23, 30. This is a 40 plus at this point between these 4 cities. It's probably not the worst trade, but Samoa has snuck past them. But whatever. I think that probably would have happened anyway. Samoa is not as limited. Even if Brazil only had 3 cities, they would still eventually sort of start to be stealing each other's food. And Samoa just has unlimited sort of sea tile growth as well. Brazil's borders will eventually stop growing. At the moment, they're forced to grow into the sea. Samoa's just growing pretty much wherever. I mean, still into the sea, but I don't know, there's more options. And I'm guessing Samoa must have some food-related ability, because they get an immense amount of food from very little. I don't really know, like 6 food from a workboat for fish. That seems like a little excessive. So yeah, I feel like Samoa must have some sort of ability related to food production. They don't have their religion going that way. Oh, Texas maybe need another city on the Hawaiian Islands. They already have one, and they do have a plane. And it looks like Spain will be joining them somewhere. I don't know where Spain's off to, but we'll see where that settler ends up. Okay, so Austria is really close here. There's still so many Sicily's units, but yeah, they're both putting up a good fight for this city, so that's quite interesting. We'll see who is successful. Don't have much faith in Britain crossing the Channel. This is still going to be very difficult. France is here, at least not without help. If Belgium came in or Spain, that might change it. But yeah, France has defended themselves well so far. I think they're going to be safe here as well. Goths have denounced the Chinook. Mali has denounced the Crown. How Mali getting on? Okay, yeah, so this city's going to fall, most likely to the Songhai, because they have a rifleman, or a couple of riflemen, close by. Samoa pieced out with the Congo. Luckily, Congo didn't give anything else away. Obviously, Burundi made that big error. Congo with planes now, so planes becoming more and more common. There we go, and South Africa, so they are the first in Africa to have planes, I believe. Yeah, no one else has got them. But either way, there is a privateer here, so maybe South Africa gets this, especially if they haven't been already. I have no idea if they've been or not, but we'll find out very soon. And Mongolia just settled in the Indonesian islands. They must have that policy, unless it's been here for a while, or they have that policy that lets you settle, get 4 population straight away, one or the other. I think that's an autocracy policy. Might be order, I don't know. Very useful one. Yeah, I don't know. Have South Africa been? I don't know. No, because Chinook go last. So next turn. It's a bit of a race. Will the Songhai Riflemen be able to squeeze in? I don't know. There's a river in front of the one on the land, so probably not that one. But the one in the water, I'm not really sure. It's blocked off technically, but you can sneak through. It's hard to tell sometimes if it will be allowed. I guess the cavalry unit could be able to. Oh no, there's still a river. Probably not. So road here. So maybe this rifleman could. I don't know. Either way, we'll find out pretty soon. This city, not so much progress. We'll see. Once this one's gone, you imagine they'll focus on this one and eliminate Mali shortly afterwards, which is a good move for the Songhai. Probably a bit late, but at least I'll get it done. That's something. Persia and the Iroquois piecing out. Obviously one of the big wars that we were all keeping our eyes on. And the first city looking like it's going to fall in this Korea-Mongolia war is this one here, because it's Mongolia's turn now. I was going to say this one as well, to Korea, but Mongolia very quickly jumping in. And yeah, if Korea don't move these planes, they could lose them. But Mongolia, off to a good start. I mean, if they can grab these two and then rush to defend their eastern border and get away without losing anything, then that would be fantastic. But yeah, they definitely could end up here grabbing the former Khazar capital as well. They're also safe from Attila. He cannot get to them just because of the Goths and Russia. I mean, there's a little gap here, but that is it. So the Huns could, they could have been a potential, backstab to Mongolia, but that will not be happening now. But this city is under siege a little bit. They'll need to defend it. And Shanghai's in the green. This one is in the red. So they really need to up their defense down here. But all eyes, I think, will be on Japan. Will they join in? Would they go after Korea? Would they join against Mongolia? So if they join against Mongolia, not so bad for Mongolia or Japan. Or if they joined against Korea, that could really spice things up. Ethiopia versus India. This is exciting. Ethiopia have plenty of boats. I'm not sure they got enough to deal with these land units, but we'll see. Could be exciting. And Brazil has just entered the atomic era. So good job. I don't know if Korea... It looks like they just have those fighters. In fact, they only have fighters, no bombers. But it doesn't look like they have any nukes just yet. I don't think anyone's completed the Manhattan Project. But Korea will probably be the first to do so, should they want to. I don't know if I haven't been looking at the World's Congress. It could have been outlawed just immediately. Probably not. Let's have a look at what they voted for in the World's Congress when it loads up. Oh, just no trade with Mongolia. That's pretty brutal. The Sioux looking to ban the luxury of cotton. And the Iroquois would like to enact the International Games. And it didn't tell us about who built the World's Fair. So I assume that's finished. Never mind. Shoshone piecing out with Harappa. The Sioux, they've made progress. They've gone through a sort of a wall of units. But sieging out a city is obviously very different. They don't have too many siege weapons. They have a cannon. But that's about it. Nothing great. So this will be quite difficult for them. We'll see. I wonder if Texas would backstab the Sioux. That would really make it messy. If they start to lose too many units, that could certainly be a scenario that we see. France holding off Britain for now, and they're getting close. It's about 75%. I feel like Britain's got this in the bag. I don't know. France still has some boats, but they're a bit old. Belgium completes the Statue of Liberty. Nice wonder for them. I think that's one of the ones that's limited to freedom nations only, isn't it? So yeah, good step for them. They are quite far ahead of South Africa in technology, so obviously they probably got access earlier as the two freedom nations. Oh, international games passed and cotton was banned. There you go. There is no space left to settle on this map. There's little bits in like Australia, the Chinook. I didn't even notice the Chinook were here. We have looked at this city, but I didn't even notice it was here as well as Mongolia. But yeah, there is hardly any spaces left or valuable tiles left. This wonder, one of the last big tiles to go. 2 food, 4 faith, and 2 happiness. I'm sure Japan will, get that eventually. Yeah, there's no tiles in Africa, South America, Europe. Asia is almost completely gone as well. There's a couple at the top. North America has a little bit, but yeah, Oceania, sort of the last little spaces for anywhere if you really were desperate to put down one more settler. Texas with the city of Gonzales. The Inca also have a settler out here, but they might be too late. We'll see. And Mali did lose their city here to the Songhai, and they're going to lose this one as well pretty soon. That dropped very quickly. I don't know how that happened, but there you go. Should be good for the Songhai. Definitely moves them up. Will earn them a few points and definitely moves them up the pecking order. Out of the African civs who are doing well, they're still. I feel like they all need to do more. I feel like there is possibly a world where like they all miss out on the top 10. Like they might come 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, and just have none of them up there. I don't know. Actually, South Africa seems to be doing better than the rest on score. I don't know about actual potential, but yeah, South Africa seems to be doing pretty well. But maybe they'll sneak up there. But yeah, there's a world where like they all just miss out by a little bit. Maybe not in the top 10, I guess. Maybe they're okay there. But it must be very close. Around like outside of sort of a top 5. I can't see there being much in it. Outside of the Iroquois, obviously Belgium seems to be doing very good for technology. Which doesn't always mean everything either. Brazil seems to be doing quite well. Samoa, Korea, like those guys probably up there. I don't know about Samoa. They're just doing good tech and population. It all depends how it factors into score. It's really hard to tell, to be honest. Korea and the Iroquois, though, those two certainly seem to be leading the way. And Mongolia probably will be up there if they can get through this war okay. They're in a bit of trouble with this city, but they've still got a lot of defensive units here. And I mean, if they trade 2 for 1, that's not too bad. Certainly not the end of the world. They can limit it to gaining 2, losing 1. I certainly wouldn't complain. Korea did move their planes away. Good move, because that would have been very painful if you lost those planes. Right, I think it's getting towards time. We have to do Civ of the day. Who's it going to be? Civ of the day. Who has done a lot? There's not much. Not enough really happens in one episode. I would say it's between. I mean, Mongolia. I would give it to them for conquering this city. I mean, but this was a defensive war. I don't really want to just big them up too much if they go on to lose. I would probably say Songhai finally getting this done. I think they would get this done if I click next turn again this episode, which I will do. One more. Yeah, this should fall this turn. So I'll give it to the Songhai today. And loser of the episode probably is going to have to be Mali for the same reason. I feel like it's gone that way every time. Unless someone makes a really bad peace deal, just try not to die and you won't be the worst Civ of the day. So that's the plan. But yeah, Mali should be eliminated here. So that'll be the end of that as we hit turn 171. France and Persia piecing out, not so important. Wait, the Songhai? Yeah, there we go. So Mali, all their cities gone. They are eliminated. We are down to 42. So for the first time we drop below sort of the usual number of civs that you can have in a game, 43. So with this Battle Royale mod, we have more. There we go, Mongolia, connect their borders, make things look a bit better, and kick Korea out of here. So now all these units can rush over east and try and fight back. Obviously they did lose Chu here though. Yeah, I don't really see them getting this back now. It's going to be very difficult to get back if they're not careful. But Korea, very limited on land units. If Mongolia throws everything at it, they could really come out of this pretty strong. I think there's a chance. It's just Korea has so many boats that are of no use in this war. Obviously, like getting into actual Korea would be difficult, but I think like the east coast of China, if Mongolia really go for it, it is there for the taking. Should be very exciting going into these next few episodes. Brazil with another wonder, second of this episode, or third, second I think, with the Kremlin. So they just keep going. What was the one they got before? Cristo Redentor, then the Kremlin. Okay, I was going to say the Statue of Liberty and which was Belgium. If they'd have got that and then the Kremlin, that would have been like a bit of a oxymoron. I don't know, kind of opposing sort of values thing. But never mind, Brazil grabbed the Kremlin, which is pretty cool. I can't remember exactly what it does, but I think it helps with spying. Some other stuff as well, I would assume, military stuff. Yeah, I can't remember what they all do, sadly. I've hardly built most of them. I normally just pick the same few that I really like and get them every time. Japan, are you going to declare war? Come on, Japan, get involved. You know, if Japan went off to Korea right now, I could seriously see Korea faltering. It's probably not going to happen, but oh my goodness, their population has increased by 7 million this episode. Holy moly, Samoa. How is that even possible? 36 to 43. 7 million increase. That's like a 20% birth rate. That's insane. There you go. Very quick increase. These islands getting very densely populated. 29 people live in between these two. They still haven't even used that original settler I gave them. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.